Hey guys, and yes, you read the title. I'm gonna be doing a tier list of the flankers weapons from typical colors 2, known as TC2. And I got some stats here so I can get some good information. I'm not gonna do like the skins too, like the Mueller or the match coach. They're the same because at the end of the day, it's the same weapon but just a different skin. So yeah, let's get into it. So we got the classic Model 1887 or the stock live action shotgun. I'm putting S tier because the gun itself is just way too overpowered. In the description, it like says somewhere if you can kill a brute within 3 shots of this weapon. This weapon is really, 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 really good. This is a really good shotgun. All right. Shit, I remember it said like, thing right here, somewhere around here. It said here we kill if you're good enough, you can kill a brute within 3 shots, which is obviously really, really overpowered. All right. Oh, sorry about that. All right, now next we got the good old sawed-off shotgun, which is also called the DB. The DB. So on knockback so there's a knockback on target and shooter when you hit the guy, and 50% more faster firing speed. Although you get 2 shells, it's less accurate, but it's really good. Now this is really good for triple jumping since you get like a good knockback. If you like time your jumps right, you can get like a triple jump. The weapon itself is really good, but 2 shells I don't think is really worth it. But it has a good firing speed. I usually use this while I'm doing in payload. So for this weapon, it's alright. I'm gonna put in a B. These are my opinions. So take me to court. I'm gonna stand my ground. A solo popper. So just like the other sawed off, 50% more firing speed, 2 rounds, but this time you get no double jump, no double jump. But on hit, you build up hype, and it says right here, when hype is full, alt fire activates hype mode for multiple jumps airs, and a 50% faster reload speed and full air control, which I say is really good. It's like the same thing, but even though you lose double jumps, if you're able to build up the meter, you're able to get multiple jumps, which I find really useful. All right, so I'm just gonna put in A. Next, yep, is the baby face. So basically, let's go to the you. When this weapon is deployed, you're 20% more slower, 30% damage penalty, but you get 40% more accuracy. Um, you build boost, which basically makes you move speeds increased on one boost, which is probably really good. But I remember using this weapon, I really did not like it. I really did not like it. Like you're slowed down, like it was never really good for me. I'm putting B because I was able to get super speed, but it was never really meant for me. Now we got the Colbat. So basically on kill, 50% refill for all meters. So basically meaning you have the if you have this hatchet or any of these drinks, or if you have the salmon or the rap assassin uh, on kill. So if you're on cooldown, you get a kill is recharged by 50%, which is really really cool. 40% faster firing speed and 40% accuracy. Even though you get 20% less damage, 33 less ramp up and clip size, which is about 4 rounds, as you can see right here. I still find this weapon really really cool. I remember using this. I'm putting A tier. All right. Now this is like a lever. What is this is probably the only gun flanker has that isn't a shotgun. This is more of a rifle. So many crits so many crits fire from the back. 10 less pellets and 20% less fire slower reload speed. I never used this weapon. I remember I used it once and it wasn't really my thing. But all this, even though all this sounds cool, it kind of sounds a bit dumb. C tier. All right, this weapon is not really that good. It has a good some stats like, but you have to hold it so you can reload and release all firings. Like you gotta hold it, you gotta hold trigger to reload, and when release, you fire and release all the gun at the same time. You can only go to 4 rounds. And yeah, sure, you have a good reload speed, but this weapon itself is not really that good. It wasn't really meant for me. Oh, I accidentally did 2 times. Sorry about that. I actually did this 2 times, so sorry about that, guys. The specialist. Now I remember this one was a bit different when I remembered. I can't remember the original stat. I can't remember the original stats because it was updated, but this one looks pretty cool. It says right what makes this so this is a type of weapon Scout doesn't have in TF2. This weapon provides 30% firing speed and reload speed while doing an objective. So when you're capturing a point payload, you get all this, which is cool. Even though you lose 50% less damage, you get an extra cap point, meaning you're able to push the payload and capture the point 3 times faster. And you get and with this stuff provided while doing an objective, basically meaning you have good aim, you're gonna able to wipe out the enemy with like really fast. I'm gonna put this in S tier because that's really useful depending on scenario. A stock pistol. I'm gonna put this in A because I barely use it, but I use it to take down sentries. Like every time I see a sentry up ahead, I usually find a good spot where he can't find me. Good crouch for accuracy, and I just mull it down, and it works. All right, now we get the carry. Whoops. This weapon, I really loved it. This right here, on kill, you get 63 health, which overheals, and overheal does not decay. Which that sounds pretty useful. Yeah, sure. Less fire. I mean, less damage. No overheal from docks, but all this is really cool. All right, this weapon will help you out a lot. I'm putting it A tier. Now with the 9mm. I remember it was way different. I remember in the beginning it had a better accuracy, but now it has less accuracy, like 25% less accuracy, 20% less damage, but we get more ammo, we get more firing speed, and we get a better clip size. All this sounds really good when you're in close combat. Even though I never used it, I remember I used it once, but I'm gonna put it in B. I remember using this weapon a lot. All right. Apparently, these weapons are based off one in the 1911. Alright, let's see. 35% greater jump height. Alright. When secondary melee is active. And 15%. 50. Damn, I can't talk. 15% damage bonus, which is cool. But even though you get a 50% clip size, which is 6, has crazy accuracy. Well, less accuracy. This weapon is really good. I'm putting it in B. Alright, let's go. Block C, Cola. Drink become invincible and gain a 25% move speed boost for 8 seconds. Cannot attack. Damage absorbed will slow you down and the effects ends. 25% more knockback verbi under the effect. I never really used this weapon. I never really used it. But this, I don't know. Not really meant for me, but I seen people use it to go around to take down teleporters, so that kind of pisses me off. But it's a good advantage. I put him in B. Now I remember using this. Drink to gain mini crits and 25% move speed for 8 seconds. Mark death while under the effect. So basically it's a trade. I remember using this. I'm gonna put him in B, but I remember getting so many kills with that. Mad milk. Players heal 35% of the damage done to an enemy covered with this milk. Alright, but this also works on you, so if you do it on yourself, the enemy is going to get healed. Can extinguish fires. Extinguishing teammates reduce cooldown by 50% and restores health by 50 HP. This weapon deploys 15% slower and can remove yourself when it does not extinguish. It can be No, this is really good. I'm gonna put an A tier because if you have this weapon, if you extinguish a teammate and this weapon too reduces it by 50%, you can have it like instantly. Oh, wrong one. I forgot the tomahawk. And this one too. Alright, let's see this one. On hit, bleed for 2 seconds. Mini creates bleeding targets. You can now pick up this weapon and bleed effect is removed after hitting a bleeding target. So I remember getting a combo. So there's only two weapons that do bleed effects. This one and this one, because it's right here. Um, all fire launches a ornament that shatters, causing bleeding. So if you hit someone with this and hit someone with that, you're gonna get a mini crit. Which these two is a pretty good combo. Super sneakers, 50% greater jump height, 250% air control, and 3 stomp curb stomp damage. Now this is really good if you were like the flankers that run around and jump. But this isn't really for me. I'm putting C. The bat. Crit targets under 25% HP, meaning depending on how low you are, if you hit someone, they're gonna do crits. This happened to me before. I never really use the bat this much, but I'm gonna put it in C because I never really freely use it that much. Besides, you're probably not gonna switch out your bat to save ammo. You're probably gonna still eliminate the guy. I remember using this weapon. So it grants triple jump when fully deployed, which deals 10 damage on used. Okay, so a little bit of blood for a little bit of height. Alright. So weapon deploys 25% faster, 10% damage penalty, and 15% slower firing speed. Alright. For this sounds really cool to get to like snipers to like get to a higher ground, but losing health, I don't think it's worth it. Now this weapon is not really that good. Yeah, sure, 20% more damage and on hit for bleed, but it has a slower firing speed. And if you hit yourself, and on miss, you hit yourself, which does a lot of damage. So it's not really worth it. Now this is really cool. I mean, yes, it doesn't have that much. 80% damage on projectile speed. Projectile speed. The melee itself is 20% less damage, 25 decrease in recharge rate, and its weapon deploys slow. But what makes this cool is that it has two things. A snowball covers the enemy's screen, and the snowball can extinguish teammates. Alright. I mean, you can blind someone with this. So which I found really cool. If there's someone that's like really fast or there's a brute, hit him with it, and you're able to mow them down because, well, they're blind. I remember using this. On hit, target is united for 5 seconds. On hit, on teammates, remove debuffs. On teammates, and restore 50% health. Mini crits on burning targets. This weapon is good. Alright, I remember using this weapon. I'm going to put this in A. Alright. Because every time when I'm trying to put out a teammate, they move around, like, and I'm trying to put you out. Like, let me put you out, guy. I remember using this. This is really good. Alright. Launches a baseball that slows opponents down, but even though it's 20% less damage, this is still a really good weapon. But I'm putting B. The wooden sword. Now this is really cool. This is really cool. Yes, I know it's just 75% less damage, but look, on hit, one target at a time is marked for death, causing all damage to be taken. Mini crits. So all you gotta do is hit this guy once, alright? And then lasts this for 15 seconds. Crits whenever it would normally mini crit. But here's this weapon deploys and holsters 35 seconds. And it says right here on hit that all damage, including your secondaries, your melees, and primary, is gonna be mini crits. So all you gotta do is hit this guy once, pull out like your shotgun, and boom, you can mow him down. Alright, I remember sneaking up on different players, hitting with it, and I'm mowing him down. And a little bonus tip about this, and this one too, if you manage to hit an agent with it and they go invisible, you're able to see it. So it says it's marked for death. So there's gonna be like a skull icon on the top of them. So in case an agent becomes invisible, you're able to follow them because it's above their head. Alright, which is really cool. Oh, I guess I accidentally skipped one by accident. That candy cane. On kill, a small health pack is dropped. Mini crits targets under 25 health, 25% health. On kill, ammo is not dropped. On death, a small health pack is dropped. 40% max primary and secondary ammo and wear. Oh, okay. I mean, this one sounds cool, but all those stats, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, 65% uh less damage, but even though it has a good recharge rate and can do a good mini crit, all that sounds cool. But I'm gonna put it in B tier. All right, guys, that's my list of weapons. That's my list. All right. If you don't agree with it, take me to court. But I'll stand my ground. All right. This is just my personal opinion, and yeah, if you guys want another tier list, let me know which character we got next. Let me know which character to do next. Flanker is out. Now we got Trooper, Arsonist, Annihilator, Brute, Mechanic, Doc, and Marksman. All right. Let me know who you want me to do next, and I'll rate their weapons. All right. That's all I got for now. Bye, guys.